Today I'm going to be talking about the benefits of a sustained practice, the short-term and the long-term gains of a sustained practice. Now, a lot of people in the spiritual community, they can do a lot of different things and we will not see progress on because they can't keep committed to one thing. And that's what I'm going to be asking you to do, is I'm going to be asking you to find a practice that resonates with your values and then stick with it. Stick with it for a long time because that is the only way you are going to see change. In order to see change, you have to integrate or you have to apply the things that you know and you learn. When you think about weight training and you want to gain weight and you want to gain muscle, you have to keep doing it all the time in order to see the short-term and the long-term gain. Very much like you make an investment into your IRA or 401k or your savings account. You start and you do it consistently to see the large-term and long-term gains. So that's what I'm talking about. And there is no instant anything. What I mean by that is if you hear a promise, oh, you can make $1 million in a year, or you can do this in an instant. No, there's something behind it that gets you to that point. And there's a lot of effort involved and a lot of commitment and a lot of dedication. So I beg of you, find a spiritual practice, hold on to it, commit to it every day for that one day at a time, and do it every day. And apply what you learned and take it with you on that day. So your goal, let's say, may be to be a more loving person. So what do I need to do? I need to meditate. I need to read spiritual readings. I need to model myself off of people who show loving behaviors because that's who I want to be. I will invest the time to find ways of changing that will be more loving. And I have to practice it all the time. That's how you get better. So I'm reading today from the language of letting go. It's a really long reading, so that's why I started this at first. But there are benefits from this. So thank you for paying attention and listening, and subscribe to my channel because it's worth it and it's free. So there are two benefits from doing spiritual practices. We have short-term gains and long-term gains. And the short-term gains are the things that we can do today that help us feel better immediately, like waking up in the morning and feeling grateful. Reading from my meditation book helps us feel lifted, and we can often notice an immediate difference in the way we feel and function. We can go to a meeting, like a recovery meeting, or hang out with a friend to feel lifted. We can deal with our feelings. We're doing something good for ourselves and feel relieved. And there are other benefits from spiritual practices, though, that we don't see immediately on a daily basis or even a monthly basis. These are long-term gains, the larger progress we make in our own life. And over the years, we can see tremendous rewards. We can watch ourselves grow strong in faith until we have a fairly and daily personal relationship with a higher power that is as real to us as a relationship with a best friend. We can watch ourselves grow beautiful as we shed shame, guilt, resentment, self-hatred, and other negative buildups from our past. We can watch the quality of our relationships improve with family, friends, and spouses. We find ourselves growing steadily and gradually in our capacity to be intimate and close, to give and receive. And we can watch ourselves grow in our careers, in our ability to be creative, powerful, productive people, using our gifts and talents in a way that feels good and benefits others. We discover the joy and beauty in ourselves, others, and life. And the long-term progress is steady, but sometimes slow. I can vouch for that. Happening in increments and often with much forward and backward movement, that is for sure. Enough days at a time of practicing your spiritual practices and piling up short-term gains leads to long-term rewards. I hope you hear that you keep practicing. And if you have any questions, please put in the comments below, and subscribe and like, and I love you. Thanks for joining me.